Until now we've seen companies like, including OpenAI, create systems such as ChatGPT that took this vast amount of data, put it all together, and using algorithms, it could just give you answers on so many different things, and it was so exciting. But now OpenAI has gone a step further, and now it's calling its new model a reasoning model. This model will not just give you the answer from a library or a catalog of things that it can put together, but it'll actually think before it gives you the answer. It'll try to reason whether what you're asking is correct or not correct. So think about it this way. You now have an almost human on the other side, not quite human, almost human, who can reason and give you an answer.
So if it spends then more time thinking through problems before it responds, much like a person would, what does that mean for the jobs market if up until this point the social and emotional intelligence of a human can be now replaced with this program?
Of course, and this question is so important. What happens to people? What happens to jobs? A constant job augmentation is taking place since the last 50 years. It's nothing new. Back in the day when the steam engine was invented, it replaced the jobs of many people who were working with horses and carriages. When computers were invented, it changed how we did things in a very manual way. And in a similar fashion, technology is rapidly changing the jobs we perform, the jobs of knowledge workers who were great at using computers, but now automation is taking place with new versions of, say, generative AI or other automation technologies. It really depends on which job are we talking about. Are we talking about people who can put together a proposal, a marketing proposal, a sales proposal, and think about it and tell you what they think? Or are we looking at replacing manual work, such as calculating endless numbers or providing you with financial projections? In general, automation is augmenting many jobs, many professions, and this is where we need to pay attention.
OpenAI says this approach is more explainable and adheres more closely to intended safety guardrails. Can you talk more about how it will support regulating the industry and why this is so important?
Well, I really don't believe they're doing anything for industry regulation. There's a lot happening within industry regulation, right? There's at a U.S. level, the California bill that was proposed last month is in front of the California governor to pass or not. So that's a California side of regulations. But overall, technology, big tech CEOs, including Jeff Bezos and others, they've supported more of a national bill for regulation rather than a specific California bill. OpenAI is just doing what it does as a company, as a for-profit company, creating a product, supplying it to people and companies that need that product and generating revenue through that. So I don't think they're doing anything major to create regulations. In fact, their new model that has now come out has been termed by many as dangerously close to be able to create a biological weapon or create a technology that has no guardrails, that has no limitations. So we have to exercise caution as well as hold big tech and technology companies responsible for responsible innovation.
So given all of that then, is there a concern about what this program could be used for, and what are the potentials being talked about in terms of policy that could regulate something like this?
So in terms of ChatGPT's newest version, OpenAI's latest version, it can be used for many tasks that its previous versions were unable to do. For example, it could be used in drug discovery, molecular analysis, quantum computing, and all of those areas where traditional, regular generative AI was unable to think about an answer and give you a response. But now this model can give you answers to complicated mathematical formulas and come up with theses and theories that you could use. In terms of regulation, I think we need to look at the overall artificial intelligence market and look at what OpenAI is doing, what Microsoft is doing, what Oracle is doing, what Google is doing, and look at everybody's technologies and see how can we streamline the production of these technologies and how can they not unleash something that we're not ready for.
All right, Ayhan Khan, we'll leave it there. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.